heading back to school, vision and hearing screenings are being scheduled across the country.
Yeah, both of these screenings are very important, and scheduling them early can really be life-changing for a child. Our mid-morning pediatrician, Dr. Gigi Chawla from Children's Minnesota, is here to share some advice. Great to have you here, Dr. Gigi.
Thanks for having me back.
This is go time, right, kids? Some kids are in school right now. Most start on Tuesday. Tell us why vision and hearing screenings are so important.
Well, it's a fundamental part of all of our well child exams, and really is, of course, having corrected vision and hearing the fundamental for a solid education. But I think the other piece is that families don't sometimes recognize is it's really important for their physical ability too, for gym class or anything else to be able to see and hear okay, or sports or anything like that. But also socially, like if you can't hear what your friends are talking about, you can't see the little things that they're referring to, it can impact your social abilities.
And in terms of maybe an eye exam, what even should you be looking for, should parents be looking for with their kids even after they speak with the doctor?
Yeah, I think actually parents sometimes recognize their own children's concerns about their vision or hearing well before a clinician will, right? And so they can bring those concerns to the physician or nurse practitioner to talk about what they're seeing, and we'll do a standard evaluation looking at how the eyes are lining up, or the shape of the ear, or how things look on the inside, looking for ear infections or chronic fluid. But then the next step is really doing some of those screening evaluations with eye charts for shapes for younger kids, or for those modified E letters for older kids.
It can be tricky if you're dealing with a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, because they're looking at that chart and it's kind of nerve-wracking, and maybe you don't recognize the letter itself. It's not a vision problem, but maybe it is a vision problem, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where the parent steps in.
Yeah, I think it can always be a little bit tricky, because you're asking kids to do things that they're not familiar with.
Yeah.
They have to cover up one eye, and then they have to speak with a different grown-up who they might be afraid of.
There's no blood test where you're like, yep, you can't see or you can't hear. Matt, you've dealt with some of these hearing issues.
Well, yeah, my toddler had ear infections, had 2 rounds of tubes, and to this day, we're still trying to figure out, okay, has he had hearing loss, or is he being a toddler and just not listening to us? Because that's what toddlers do.
Maybe
so
both.
it can be maybe both. So it's a little tricky for parents to figure out, and maybe that's why doing a hearing exam can be so important.
Oh, absolutely, especially for kids in the early phases of their language development. Not being able to hear well, you not only can have difficulty articulating yourself or learning speech, but also understanding what that speech is moving forward. So really important for hearing and for ear infections.
Very good. All right, get them in for that. Get those checkups. Dr. Gigi, thank you.
Thank you.